Do you by any chance need a little bit more structure in terms of how you are progressing on this journey of creating a more secure future for you and your family? If that's a need for you, then stick around. I'll explain the strategy crafting process to you in 5 simple steps. Hi guys, my name is Jacques Snyman and I make videos to help you create a more secure future for yourself and your family. I've shared a lot now over the last couple of videos in terms of mindset, limiting beliefs, identifying those limiting beliefs, and then I shared a process as well in terms of how do you then change those limiting beliefs into enabling beliefs. So we've done quite a bit of that. What I've realized over the last day or two is that I do and we do need a little bit more structure in terms of this journey. It's like I'm doing a lot of stuff, but it's not necessarily all focused and aligned. So I'm going to talk you through a simple 5-step process that is used in business to create a strategy. I've used that same process to create life strategies for myself and for people as we went along through life, right? So simple process, 5 really pretty straightforward steps. The process is simple, but the work to be done regarding that simple little 5-step process can be quite elaborate. So here it is, the simple 5 steps, and I'll elaborate a little bit more on each of them. If you want to create a strategy, the place where you need to start is to define where you want to go, right? So you need to create a vision, a statement of intent, a statement of purpose, something of that nature, right? For a personal strategy, it's slightly different. For a business, it's a clear vision statement. We do a vision statement, a mission statement, we do values, we do all the relevant aspects of creating a picture of the house on the hill. That's the vision. That's the very first step. The second step is you need to figure out what do you want to achieve. So what are the objectives, right? So the second step is defining objectives. You've got the vision, you now define objectives. The third step is a rather big step, and it's got a little bit of a couple of subparts. The third step really is now you go out and you go and craft or create that strategy. But inside of that step is a couple of sub-steps. You need to go do, in business we do an external analysis and we do an internal analysis, right? So we go into the market and we understand the market, but we also go into the business and we go and understand the insides of the business. What have you got in terms of skills? What kind of resource can you access? What IP have you got? What is all the internal assets that you've got? So you do an external and an internal, right? Then you go through a process of a little bit of blue skying and you start creating what is referred to as strategic options, right? And then you use certain tools to actually get those options down in the end to 2 options that you further develop. And then the third sub-step in step 3 is that you've got to make a choice. So you define the vision, you set your objectives, and then you go and craft the strategy. You craft the strategy at the hand of analysis, both in and outside of the business and in and outside of you. You develop options, you make a choice. The very next step you do once you've crafted that strategy and put the plan together is you start implementing. So step number 4 is implementation or execution. And the 5th and final step after that is that you go and measure. So you do certain stuff in terms of the implementation of your strategy. You then measure, and then that will tell you how far off the mark or off the trail are you in terms of your implementation. So 5 simple steps. The other important thing to realize is that doing the 5 steps is all good and well, and then you start implementing and you start measuring, and what do you do then? So there's a feedback loop that goes back from the measurement to any one of the previous phases or steps that I spoke about. So the feedback loop can take you back to the implementation plan. The feedback loop can take you back to the strategy crafting part if you have to re-strategize based on market condition changes or whatever the case might be. But it's a cybernetic loop, guys. You get the output and then you take that and you go back to the relevant place to actually adjust the strategy so you can get an optimal output. So that's the 5 simple steps with the feedback loop built in. You can use that for your business, but you can just as well use it as sensibly for your life. So I'm going to do 2 things in the next couple of days, right? Probably a week or so. I'm going to do a strategy that I craft for me. So I'm going to take my entire plan, and I'll refer to all the things that I've shared with you already. I'll take my entire plan and mold that into my personal strategy. But I'm also going to do a strategy that I'll craft for the internet business that I'm currently busy building. So you'll end up with two examples. One, a personal or an individual approach to strategy crafting, and the second will be a real business strategy that I'm going to craft. If this has got value for you, you know the story by now. Like and subscribe, send me an email, comment, just reach out somehow so that I can give you some more. I will gladly share the entire process with you. I'm anyways going to discuss it in bits as we go along over the next couple of days. Hope this was helpful for you, rooting for your success on this journey.